Now, may I invite Reverend Father Paul Achandy to give us the concluding message. Before that, just to introduce him. So I said Father Paul Achandy currently is the rector of the Madam College, and simultaneously he is also the Chancellor of Christ University. He has served the CMI congregation in various capacities as the provincial of Deva Mother Thrissur province and later as the Prior General of the CMI congregation. He already holds a PhD from IIT Madras, and he has been animating communities, academic communities and religious communities at various levels. I can personally vouch for the fact that Father Paul Achandy has been practicing synodality in his religious administration. And may I now request Reverend Father Paul Achandy to give us the concluding message for this symposium on synodality and consecrated life. Father Paul.
Esteemed Reverend Father Saju, the provincial, as well as the president of SMRC, other office bearers of SMRC, respected superior generals, provincials, eminent panelists, and dear sisters, brothers, and fathers. For me, it's been a great learning experience from the eminent panelists. At the very outset, I do congratulate our Father Saju and team for organizing this webinar so that we could easily connect with synodality in a religious context. Secondly, I do congratulate and appreciate all the panelists, Reverend Father Thomas Kolambarambil, Reverend Father Kurian Kachpalli, Reverend Father Verghese Koludara, Reverend Father Wilson Chakir for the excellent presentation based on the theme with very practical and relevant insights. As I see, this concept of synodality given by excuse me, Pope Francis is a golden opportunity for religious communities to revamp their system and to question the authenticity of the religious discipline and life they have. These are the days, at least in communities and congregations, we move from the charismatic to the hierarchical mode. We also find temptations for that in religious communities. We also fail to understand, appreciate the dissenting voices and noises in communities and around us. Hence, Pope Francis' invitation to be a synodal church is a clarion call for the religious community to be an authentic synodal religious community. I call you friends. So we are primarily a community of friends who work together like Jesus working together with the apostles at Emmaus, journeying of companions. That is the way. It is not a hierarchical system. We are all equal. We journey together in one direction as friends. That should be the way of being in religious life today. Irrespective of the age, senior or junior, caste or creed, Western or Eastern, we need to identify this sense of friendship in religious communities today. Secondly, we need to listen to others. Listening doesn't mean just giving the ear to the other. Openly listen to what's happening around us in the world, in communities, in dioceses, parishes. So we should be open enough to connect with the real issues of the world. So we'll have a lot of areas to decipher and integrate into the religious system. Otherwise, we'll become outdated. That is why listening, as Reverend Father Verghese asked the question, we have to go beyond our own religious communities. We need to create network communities with people outside, with the church authorities, with other areas. Why did Pope Francis call up this concept of synodality? A synodal church with communion, participation, and mission. The church exists for its mission to evangelize, for which the end doesn't justify the means. So he's found that we shall be able to take communion and participation are the strategies for authentic evangelization. At times, we have different ways of evangelizing. We have bitter and bad experiences earlier in different countries. So we need to witness. Witnessing is the name of the game. That will happen only through appreciating the sense of communion and participation in communities and around us, for which we need a prophetic face. Listening is not enough. We need to speak out. We shall be prophets of justice. We shall be the voice of the voiceless. We shall be able to air the views of people around, especially the less privileged and the people in the margin. And synodality is a spirituality. It's a spirituality connecting with God, connecting with the fellow brethren, connecting with this eco-universe system. So synodality has a spirituality of connectedness that begins with oneself, one's own religious community, one's own congregation, and with other endeavors they are engaged in. In synodality, I am responsible. There is a sense of responsibility being in the church and being in the congregation. So we need to contribute significantly to the mission of the church as a religious community, as an individual person. So religious communities have to redefine their agenda based on the present mission of the church. That is the discernment we have to make. And the church looks up to religious communities as model communities of synodality, and we have to exhibit the nuts and bolts of synodality through the way of witnessing in our communities. Then dialogue in church and society. And religious communities, at times, we are not just parish priests, so we have a larger landscape to operate in, not only with Christians, not only with Catholics, not only with our own people. So we can cross the borders. I think synodality requires a sense of going beyond the borders of our own thinking and our own limits to embrace going to the peripheries of the people. Then regarding the authority, and then a lot of things we have already discussed, as Father Wilson expressed, we need to form our people in synodality. That is not only just the juniors. This formation of synodality shall be the thrust in the ongoing formation, because the junior population is very keen to adapt to the present situation. But we have an older mindset that I know I am okay, you are not okay. I am senior and you don't know anything. From that mindset, we need to come out, for which we need to put our formation system, both initial as well as ongoing formation system in place. Otherwise, even our own communities will never be a synodal community. The path is not there. It is to be made by walking. Okay, this journeying together. Don't expect that synodal path is already created. No, we need to create the path by walking ourselves. Religious communities are pioneers. Our founders have taken the pioneering steps. So this synod on synodality and the new way of being in the church is a clarion call for religious communities to revitalize themselves, to go back to the original spirit and charism, and make their religious system relevant to the needs of the time, to be a community relevant in the church today, responding critically to the needs of the church. I'm sure all of you have really benefited out of this initial session of SMRC. It's been a wonderful session. I'd appreciate again the efforts of Father Saju and team and all the panelists and all the participants for your very inspiring presence. Congratulations, and I wish all of you a wonderful time Let's work together to be a synodal church, a synodal religious community and communities. Thank you.